What's up? It's AK Babyface. Subscribe to Supporting Icons for the latest boxing news.
Now, me personally, this is a fight that I would definitely like to see. Adam Kownacki versus Juggernaut, Joyce. And if Joyce can fight Adam Kownacki and get the win, that is one hell of a statement. It really is. So those of you who don't know, Adam Kownacki, he's Polish, but Polish-American. So he resides in New York. He's a chief sparring partner of Big Baby Jarrell Miller, as in these two are very good friends. Now, Joyce, he's been making all the right moves as far as his very short professional career goes. But of course, he is getting on in age a bit, as in he's the wrong side of 30 now, and he is being fast-tracked. So I have no issues with the progress of his career. Now, Sam Jones is the manager of Joyce. He's the one who is probably one of the most famous managers out there, because most managers are kind of stay behind the scenes. Sam Jones is very upfront, very vocal. Now, he sent a message to Adam Kownacki saying that Joyce is willing to go to New York in March and fight Adam Kownacki. All it takes is one phone call. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, what it is that Sam Jones is saying. Because Adam Kownacki, he'll be fighting in New York in March. I think it's March the 7th at the Barclays Centre. As of right now, he doesn't have an opponent, or at least one not officially announced. So when you look at it for Sam Jones to say that, if you don't look at it too much, probably go, yeah, fair enough, Adam Kownacki, make the phone call. But my thing is, why is it out on social media? That's the first one. Second of all, Sam, why don't you make the phone call? Very simple, isn't it? Why don't you make the phone call? If all it takes is one phone call, why don't you make the phone call? And that way you get a instant reply, yes or no. Simple, isn't it? So I don't quite understand why Sam Jones does this. Now, historically, ever since Joyce has turned professional, he's been calling out some of the bigger name fighters like Luis Ortiz, Big Baby Jarrell Miller, and so on. But yet these fights don't seem to materialise. And I don't quite know why. And I know some people will say, well, because Joyce put it out on social media, that means he wants to fight. No, it doesn't mean that he wants to fight. It just means that he's showing intent that he wants to fight. So when he fights somebody, or if he fights somebody that people go, don't really want to see that fight, he can say, well, I did try and fight Ortiz. I did try and fight Kownacki. I did try and fight Big Baby Jarrell Miller, etc., etc. But putting it out on social media, for me, isn't a way of saying, I want that fight. If you really want that fight, Sam Jones, make the phone call. It's not difficult. So, listen, it's not a case of Joyce is clout chasing, not at all. I think in the world of boxing, Joyce is probably arguably a bigger name than Adam Kownacki. So it's not necessarily a clout chase, but unless Sam Jones makes the phone call, then it's just hot air. I would love to see the fight. I really would. I think Adam Kownacki, very capable opponent. He's fought a couple of fighters that the likes of, say, Deontay Wilder has fought. And he has starched out those opponents in far less time than what Deontay Wilder did. That doesn't mean that he's 100% going to beat Wilder. No, not at all. It just means that he's dispatching former Wilder opponents much quicker. Now, is Kownacki likely to fight Joyce? Maybe. Again, I don't know if Joyce is still part of the PBC. We do know that he did have some kind of deal with the PBC, but then has had the press conference and everything to say that he's with BT Sport. But he didn't say that he'd left the PBC, as in Al Heyman and that. So I don't know. I really don't know if he's still with them and whether or not a deal can be worked out. If it can, that'd be fantastic. But anyway, listen, for me, I think that great fight. I think that Joyce, Adam Kownacki, if that fight was to happen, we'll discuss it a little bit closer to the time. But it's an interesting one, that is for sure. And if Joyce is serious about it, and Sam Jones is serious about it, make the phone call. Don't wait for the phone call. Make the phone call. Pretty simple, isn't it? Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.